Hi, welcome back. If you're just joining us, welcome. I have for you today a tutorial on this versatile scarf with sleeves. Towards the end, I'll show you 5 ways to style it. I used a tubular rib knit fabric from my stash, but you could just sew your fabric into a tube instead. I'll show you what I mean. Here I have my scarf cut and ready to go. In case you're wondering, the width for mine is 20 inches. It's folded in half, and as you can see, it's one giant tube. It also has what's called a 4-way stretch. If yours doesn't, make sure the fabric stretches along the length of the tube. Starting with the sleeves, I used a top as my guide and placed it along the fold, then cut, leaving a 1/2 inch allowance. I then pinned and sewed it in place using a small zigzag stitch. Once sewn, I trimmed the allowance down to a 1/4 inch. I did a total of 4, using the 2 extra ones to line the sleeves. To do that, I first turned one right side out, then placed it inside the other so the right sides are facing. You'll notice that the sleeve tapers, so make sure the tapered ends are together. Next, with the seams aligned, I pinned and sewed around the tapered end. Afterwards, I turned the sleeve over with the wrong sides facing, then finished by sewing a 1/4 inch from the fold. Now the sleeves are ready to be attached. But first, I had to gather the ends of the scarf. Along both ends, I made 2 rows of basting stitch. Before gathering the ends, I quickly measured the circumference of one of the sleeves to make them the same width. Once the ends were the same width as the sleeve, I distributed the gathers evenly throughout. Next, taking a sleeve, I pushed the lining down to get it out of the way, then laid it on top of the scarf with the seam facing up and the edges together. Grabbing one side of the scarf, I pinned them together starting at the sleeve seam. After pinning, I used a zigzag stitch and sewed between the basting stitches. Now with the sleeve attached, I removed the basting threads. For the final step, I pulled the sleeve out to reveal the lining, then turned the edge under a 1/2 inch and secured it along the seam. And voila! So, you may be wondering, how do you wear it? There's really no one way. Here are 5 to get you started. more ways to style it, visit the link above. Let me know in the comments what you think and which look is your fave. I hope you found this tutorial useful, and as always, thanks so much for watching.